Maybe nobody at the academy has noticed I'm gone. They usually don't pay me a lot of attention, unless they need a target for their jokes.
Jeez, dude. Hi guys, this is Delapo from Potentially Perfect coming at you yet again with another first look at a game on the Nintendo Switch. So today, Nine Parchments dropped on the eShop, and I was very excited for this game back when it was announced on the Nindy, trailer thing that they had going on earlier this year. Very excited to check it out. So, this game in the eShop is described as an action RPG from the makers of Trine, Frozen Byte. Those guys, they make very, very awesome and niche games. I mean, if you've ever played Trine, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So we'll go down the checklist of things I want to talk about, and hopefully, if you are on the fence about this game, I can sway you one way or another. So the game mechanically, just want to talk about it really fast, is a top-down spellcasting game. A lot of YouTubers have likened it to Gauntlet, but that's probably because they've never played Magicka, because this game is Magicka. I don't know if this was something they did on purpose. It's possible. It's possible they really liked Magicka, and they just said, hey, let's make Magicka 3, because this is Magicka 3. I really hope I'm not offending anyone by saying that, because Magicka is a great series. I loved it. We had a lot of fun with it. I'll go ahead and leave a little card here. You can click on that. That's our Magicka 2 little highlight video there. It was a lot of fun. So, when I say it's like Magicka, it's not a knock against it. Just saying it's been done before with some tweaks. So, I'll go over what some of those tweaks are when we get to gameplay. But we're going to start off with graphics. Now, graphically, this game, it's okay. It's not the best looking game on the Switch. It gets pretty lackluster in handheld mode, but I'm in docked right now, and right now it looks fine. The environments are actually really pretty. I like that a lot of the environments feel like they're alive. There was a section earlier where I was crossing a bridge, and there was water underneath the bridge, and there was a giant shark monster thing swimming underneath it. That was really cool. I like the environmental effects. Though if you look a little closer sometimes, things can look a little matted and gross. Like right now, I'm assuming those are supposed to be leaves. That doesn't look like leaves, but I haven't seen the other versions of the game, so it's possible they look better there. But this is the version that I'm looking at right now, and so we're going to talk about it and treat it as though this is the only version there is. So, moving forward, yeah, so, I mean, graphically, it's, like I said, it's fine. If you're playing in handheld mode, there's this little, issue that I find with games like this, is that the character model in dock mode, they're already really small. And when you put them in handheld mode, you can still tell what you're doing, obviously. You can tell what is what and who is who. It just becomes, a little concession there. And the anti-aliasing is pretty bad in handheld mode. It's not the best in docked mode, but I mean, it's just jagged. That's the best way I can put it. It's a little jagged. But like I said, the environments, they're pretty enough. Everything in the background is fantastic. It's lovely. All the aesthetics feel fine. It's vibrant. There's a lot of colors here, and I really, really appreciate that they use a lot of the colors here, because my goodness, just the artwork and art style I really appreciate. It's a pretty looking game for what it is. Now on to the story. So story-wise, this game is pretty light. I mean, it's just one of those situations where it is what it is. There are a few students within this wizarding school, I assume, and an explosion happens within the school. 9 parchments go missing, and the students are, all thinking, oh, this is a great opportunity to show my stuff, and go out and try to, nab those 9 parchments. Nothing too, stellar about it. I mean, there's no real stakes here. It doesn't feel like it's, my quest to save the world, but you know, it's just some students trying to prove themselves, and that's not something we see, you know, all the time. So I'm happy that it's non-conventional. So mechanics wise, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, if you've played Magicka, you've played this game, at least to some degree. So you've got varying characters, each with their own skills, which is, you know, very unlike Magicka in the sense that in Magicka, everybody had everything right from the word go, but in this you must unlock spells, and that's, you know, that's fine. You get new spells and attributes after beating bosses. I unlocked this lightning beam as well as a healing spell after defeating 2 bosses in this game. So those are things to look forward to, as you can make your character pretty much any way you want, as this is an RPG-ish game, so you gain skill points through experience to allocate whichever way you want. You can make your spells come back faster through mana regeneration. You can, you know, make your skills stronger, just basically any way you want, and that's something a lot of RPG players, you know, look for in replayability, and that you can build your character in various ways. So if you like that, this is definitely a great option for you. So much like Magicka, there are some mechanics that I just don't like, but they are there. Friendly fire is a thing in this. Much like Magicka, you can kill your teammates. You probably will kill your teammates unintentionally because these beams. Jeez. But you know, that's not to deter you. It's still a lot of fun. You just have to be careful. You can combine spells, meaning like if I use a lightning beam and someone uses, I don't know, an ice beam, they will merge together, and you can make a stronger beam that way. These are only things that really take place in multiplayer, so if you're playing solo, sorry. Each enemy has their own, you know, weaknesses and strengths, as well as immunities. So if I were to hit these guys, these lightning guys, with a lightning spell, it would do nothing because they're already lightning based, and yeah, it just makes sense that way. Moving on, there are few things that this game has mechanically that are a little different from Magicka. You have this nifty blink spell that lets you teleport, which is great for, you know, a very action-based fights, getting you away from large groups. That's something I really could have used in Magicka. They even they have this really strange thing in this game, you know, just the sense of humor. You can tell it's the people who made Trine. If you've played Trine before, their sense of humor is very much here, and I love it. It's a very light-hearted game, and, you know, it's a nice thing to have, you know, between your Call of Duties, you know, your Assassin's Creeds, what? So I'm just gonna go ahead and let you listen to some of this here. So yeah, this game is, sound-wise, all of the sound fits the levels. I love it. There's a bunch of like really grand scores, but at the same time, they're very subtle scores too, and each one fits the location very well. I am loving the sound design in this game. When you hit an enemy, it feels like you're really hitting them. That's something, you know, you can it sounds like, you know, something you can really write off, but I mean, it's very worth it to me to have that. Now, of course, this game can be played in 4-player co-op, and that is the way I would suggest you play it. Once again, just keep in mind you do have that friendly fire to deal with, so just be careful when you're aiming your attacks. Overall, this has been a very fun game so far. I mean, I'm only 2 bosses in. I'm thinking 2 of the 9 parchments I've gathered. You start off the game with only 2 characters, but you do unlock more as you go along, and you unlock variations for each of those characters as you go along as well. So it really gives you something to work through, and like I said, just increasing that replayability because this game doesn't feel like it's a very long game, but once again, like I said, what would I know, I'm only 2 levels in. I'm sorry, 2 bosses in, but, you know, it feels like it's progressing rather quickly, and, you know, the ability to replay this game as not only different characters, but different variations of those characters is a very welcome feature. So, yeah, that is my first look at Nine Parchments. If you enjoy the, you know, top-down twin stick co-op type of game, this is right up your alley. This game has been a lot of fun. There's a lot of depth to it that, you know, you wouldn't really see at first glance, but it has been a very worthwhile purchase so far. I cannot wait until I play this game, you know, with other people. If you're on the fence about it and, you know, you're leaning towards getting it, I would definitely, you know, recommend it.